I want to take a second here to make a video. I've been flooded with emails today saying, oh, make a video about the Connecticut shooting. You usually have such a reasonable take on things. You like to sit down and you like to rationalize things and present a rational and calm argument. But I hate to disappoint people, but this is not a situation where that can even be done. As a parent of children myself, at this time, all I can do is feel disgust and anger and hatred towards the person who did this kind of thing. I can't stand here and defend gun rights or anything like that at this time. It's just not the time. It's not the place or the time to be doing that. Now, one thing I am glad about on the news that I'm seeing is that I'm seeing so many people like Dr. Drew, Sanjay Gupta, all these people coming out, and what they're saying is the best way to defend against these kind of things in this country is to treat the mentally ill. And I can't agree more. This kind of monster is not a normal person. This kind of monster has probably never been a normal person. This person has probably been troubled since they were young. It's just disgusting. It's hard to talk about even. And one of the problems we face in this country, and like Dr. Drew was talking about, is we run into two things. And I can speak from experience that he's absolutely right on these things. When you have these people that are determined, like these people are not right, they're mentally ill, they have a condition, they have an illness, you run into either parents who don't want to admit it's true because they see it as some sort of failing of their own parenting, so they deny it and won't seek treatment. Or you have people who know it's true. They know their children are dangerous. They know their children are not right, but they don't have the insurance to get the treatment. Or if they do have insurance, insurance won't cover it. So one of the biggest problems we're facing in this country right now is treating mental illness in a way that it's respected at the same rate that, say, someone who has cancer or heart disease, so that they get the treatment they need. They get that there's programs in place to get these people the proper care. I have worked for nonprofit psychological organizations. I have worked for nonprofit counseling groups, and I can tell you the funding is not there. They're overwhelmed. Parents come all the time with children that are dangerous that they can't get any help for because they either don't have insurance or their insurance won't pay it. Pressure needs to be being put on insurance companies to use some of that money that everyone's paying you. Make sure that society is a safer place. And we're not talking on trampling on people's rights and getting them declared mentally incompetent so easily. There are so many protections in place to protect you from being declared mentally incompetent. But when you are, there should be means for you to be treated. There should be means to force people who are clearly deranged, clearly incapacitated. There should be programs in place for them to get treatment. I can't stress it enough. It's one of the worst things in our country right now, the way we treat the mentally ill and the way we treat people that have these conditions. And it leads to monsters like this person that perpetrated this Connecticut shooting. So like I say, I can't defend anything right now. All I can be is outraged and angry. And I have to make this quick because my kids are coming home today. And I know there's a lot of people whose kids aren't coming home today, and I can't imagine how that feels. And one more thing I did want to say to a couple of people. I've already seen a couple of videos where people are saying things like, I saw one even that's ridiculing Obama for crying during the event. They call him the crybaby in chief. If you're the kind of person that's saying something like that right now, you need to shut your fucking mouth, apologize, and get the fuck off of YouTube, get the fuck off the internet, because you are a scumbag. And also, I feel kind of the same way about these people that are coming out. Oh, it's a government conspiracy. The government's making these shootings to try to push anti-gun laws. So you got a person too, you should also shut your fucking mouth, apologize, and walk away. Because that is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard, to even accuse someone of something so heinous. That would take the worst kind of monster. And if that's the kind of faith you have in your government, that's the kind of people you think are in government right now, then maybe you need to leave the country. Maybe you need to find someplace else to live. Because you're disgusting as far as I'm concerned. So stop turning this into partisan divided debates and stop taking this as chances to get on your soapbox and try to push your ridiculous conspiracy theories. Just shut the fuck up if you ain't got anything to say that's worth hearing. And that's all I have to say on the topic right now. Hopefully we'll know more later. But right now what we do know is that this is a monster. He's killed a lot of innocent people. And there are reasons why this kind of thing happens, and we need to start doing what we need to do to stop these things from happening. And another thing I want to say real quick is I think it's ridiculous that we have armed guards for banks and courthouses and politicians and movie stars, but we don't have armed guards for our children. You couldn't put a security door on a grade school and have an armed guard that sits the door. I mean, how much would that cost? Fire one goddamn superintendent and pay for 50 security guards. I mean, I know I live in an area where we have like 10 superintendents of schools in just like a 4-county area because they break the school system up so much. So fire 1 or 2 of them and hire 30 or 40 security guards to walk the doors and put locks on the doors where they have to be buzzed in. How hard would that be? So just start doing the things we have to do and stop living in this dream world that we're safe in certain places and in other places we're not. We would be a lot safer if we just did the things we need to do.